Welcome to the Robbins Regional Wrap, your one-stop shop for all your Houston County news. I'm Megan Western. Each week we're taking you through what's happening in Houston County, Warner Robins, Robins Air Force Base, and your very own neighborhood. And this week, Warner Robins homeowners could be paying more in property taxes, even though the city says the rate isn't changing. City leaders are keeping the millage rate the same as last year, but rising home values mean many homeowners will see higher bills. Jasmine Lee breaks down why rising property values are driving this increase and what it means for local property owners.
For 25 years, Robert Behringer has opened this same door in Warner Robins.
A beautiful neighborhood.
A neighborhood he's watched change, and along with it, his property value.
I wish it wouldn't go up.
This year, the city is keeping its millage rate the same, 8.953 mills in Houston County and 8.175 in Peach. That's above the rollback rate that's calculated by Georgia law to keep revenue flat when values rise. So legally, it's considered a tax increase.
This year, they don't have the rollback, so I'll probably see maybe $100 increase.
City estimates show a $220,000 home in Houston County could see about $75 more, and a $200,000 home in Peach County may pay around $50 more. For Behringer, that means his bill isn't just climbing, he says it's jumping.
So mine last year was probably $600 and something. So I look for mine to be around $800 this year.
Mayor LaRonda Patrick says the extra tax revenue comes from higher property tax values from new homes and new businesses being built in the city.
You will find that ours is on the very lower end as far as how high a rate can be. So we don't see a need to go even lower with our historic low millage rate.
And while Behringer loves where he lives, he knows a higher value comes with a higher bill.
I expect it.
Reporting in Warner Robins, Jasmine Lee, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, the city is holding 3 public hearings to let people know about that tax increase. The first happens Monday, December 1st at 3 p.m. at City Hall. Of course, you're encouraged to attend to learn more and see how the tax increase could affect your bills. And over in Fort Valley, runoff elections are heating up across central Georgia, including a race in Fort Valley. Incumbent Mayor Jeffrey Lundy faces challenger Shakina Reeves. Reeves got 44% of the vote in November. Carmen Brown spoke with both about the key issues and why they believe they're the right person to lead Fort Valley forward.
What is your plan to address the city's financial health and outstanding audit issues?
Because of that, we have missed out on millions of dollars of opportunities that's set aside for cities to help them in a lot of things. So to reassure them that we're about to conclude 2023, and then we going to start with 2024. Hopefully it don't take as long. And I take full responsibility coming in from 2022 up to now.
I'm coming up into the current time of technology. So when you're talking about documents and being able to present them in a timely manner, we just want to do everything efficiently and effectively to reduce the time that it takes to complete an audit and just making sure we're being compliant on the way the monies are spent.
What are your plans to address crime and public safety in Fort Valley?
We have to have more officers' presence on the road, and to help that, I want to be able to continue to build our relationship with the Peach County Sheriff Department, working with them to be able to, do some type of contractual agreement where we could have more of their officers to answer calls while we build our team up.
You got to be proactive, more so than reactive. You got to be visible, and you got to be able to engage our citizens of Fort Valley, and we've been doing that since being in office, having them understand about doing different programs so that we can teach people how to be empowered when it comes to crime prevention, when it comes to neighborhood watch, when you see something, say something.
Why should voters trust you as mayor and choose you over your opponent?
So a vote for me is a vote that we would continue to see the changes that I see taking place in the great city of Fort Valley.
To fight for redemption, restoration, and revitalization of our community, and I need your help and support to do it.
Now, Election Day is December the 2nd. Of course, if you plan to vote, you need to go ahead and bring your government-issued ID. You can check your polling location and voting time on the Secretary of State My Voter page. And dozens of families in our central Georgia area will now be able to enjoy a big Thanksgiving feast because Feed the City, a Warner Robins nonprofit organization, gave out 1,000 turkeys and Thanksgiving feast fixings over the weekend in Fort Valley. It all started 28 years ago as a way to help families in need during the holidays. Ellie Milliken has the story.
An overcast day didn't stop the energy or the cheers at Hope Church as cars lined up all the way to the highway. People waited until 10 a.m. to pick up their feast from Hope Church's food pantry. Many say the wait is well worth it.
It's amazing. We don't know what we'd do without it, honestly.
April Nicholson, a mother of 3, came with her mom Sandra, who is feeding their entire family this year. They got in line around 9 a.m. While times might be harder right now, Feed the City is a lifeline.
It's hard to even get help with the government and stuff, let alone anything else now. So this makes it possible.
Haley McLeod is a volunteer and says she loves seeing the community come together.
It's awesome to see everybody come together, the community come together, especially in the times that we're going through now, and just to be able to show the love that we have for everybody.
And that's what Pastor Jordan Poole says it's all about. His dad launched Feed the City in 1997 and now runs a nonprofit at his church.
Thanksgiving is should be a celebratory time for families, and a lot of times, some families don't have all that they need to have a proper Thanksgiving meal, and so it started with a few families in 1997.
And now it has blossomed into serving thousands. And the Nicholson family says they'll keep coming back.
This year we have a lot of family coming home for Thanksgiving that has not been home in years.
Now they can enjoy cooking together and being together during the holiday season. Ellie Milliken, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, I had the pleasure of being one of the many volunteers who came out to serve. I was able to pass out some of those bags that you were seeing that Ellie showed you and gave some friendly Thanksgiving welcomes to the folks as they drove through. Of course, coming off of that recent federal government shutdown, the Warner Robins community especially impacted. And this event really highlighted that need. As Ellie kind of showed you, there were a lot of people who lined up hours before the event even started at 10. I even spoke to a volunteer who told me they were personally impacted by the shutdown and still came out to help others. Very inspiring to see all the neighbors out there and, of course, to meet all of you. Now, ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday, volunteers from a regional chapter of a nonprofit made sure military families had everything they need for the holiday meals. Volunteers from Operation Homefront packed holiday meal kits for military families at the VFW in Warner Robins. The national nonprofit provides financial, emotional, and social support for military families. Olivia Dunn talked to the group's leader, who says those kids are helping take a weight off after a stressful year.
Tiffany Kelly says one of these boxes helped feed her family years ago, and now she's paying it forward. And after a government shutdown and SNAP benefit cuts, she says more military families are in need.
I know what it is like to struggle financially, and I don't want other families to feel that stress during the holidays.
Kelly's husband is active duty in the Air Force. A few years ago, she picked up one of these boxes full of essentials for a Thanksgiving meal, a gesture she says inspired her to give back.
We had 2 very young children at one point. We had to make sacrifices to make sure that our family was taken care of, and this is just a way for me to be able to give back.
Kelly says it's been a stressful year for military families. On top of an already stressful job, many families have faced challenges after the longest shutdown in U.S. history and SNAP benefit cuts. According to the USDA, 25% of military personnel are food insecure, and Operation Homefront reports they've received a 57% increase in food-related requests this year.
It creates a level of stress, and grateful for our resiliency that we have been able to build out by having a strong community here.
Kelly and a dozen other volunteers packed holiday meal kits for 125 families Friday. Armed with stuffing, cornbread, cookies, and more, Kelly says they're working to take a weight off the entire family so they can enjoy the holidays and continue serving.
We want to ensure that we help stabilize the family so the service member can focus on the mission.
Operation Homefront is handing out the boxes on Saturday at the VFW in Warner Robins. Reporting in Warner Robins, Olivia Dunn, 13 WMAZ News.
And in case you missed it, this week we learned that a former Warner Robins city official says the previous mayor and former district attorney conspired to falsely charge him with a crime. Gary Lee, who now works for the city of Fort Valley, filed a federal lawsuit against the two men on Friday. We reported in 2019 that Lee was charged with falsely reporting a crime. An independent prosecutor appointed by Georgia's Attorney General dropped that charge in 2023. Lee claims that Mayor Randy Toms and then Houston County District Attorney George Hartwig had him arrested, jailed, and suspended. He says they knew there was no evidence against him and calls the charges malicious and reckless. Hartwig resigned as DA in 2021, and Toms lost his race for re-election the same year. Of course, we reached out to both officials. They have not returned our phone calls. And as we get closer to the holidays, we're recognizing the people who step in when teachers can't be in the classroom, substitute teachers. Our education reporter, Naomi Washington, introduces us to a woman who turned subbing into a second career.
I'd love to do it till I'm 100 years old.
She's talking about this, filling in for teachers across Houston County. For Marie Lewis, it's a role that grew out of decades in education. She started teaching in the district nearly 30 years ago, and after retiring, she came back as a sub.
The neatest thing on earth is all the learning styles, and to see their eyes open up with that at any age.
Today, Lewis subs at Miller Elementary. Principal Dana Brock says subs like her are essential to keep the school running.
You can't expect for every teacher to be here every day. Sometimes they're out sick for unforeseen reasons, and substitutes are able to fill in that gap.
And just having subs isn't enough. Schools need reliable people.
You know, it's kind of hard if you have a sub and they call out sick, but Ms. Lewis is always here, and we've been fortunate enough to have all of our subs play a great part in what we do here at Miller.
Lewis says one of the biggest challenges when she started subbing was not having a sub notebook, something schools now provide.
The schedules change. The kids may rotate. They may have something really exciting happening that day at school. Well, that also prepares you for the rest of life and also for the next group of kids that you're going to work with.
And after teaching students from kindergarten through 12th grade, Lewis says her heart is still with every child she meets in the classroom. In Houston County, Naomi Washington, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, the Houston County School District will reopen applications for substitutes in January. Research.com tells us there were at least 49,000 vacant teaching positions nationwide as of last school year. So school districts truly do rely on subs. The average pay for a sub in the U.S. is $20 per hour, but Georgia's average falls 42% below that, according to Indeed.com, with subs in the state making an average of $13 an hour. Of course, we're just days away from the Thanksgiving holiday, so we want to know what you're thankful for, whether it's family, food, your pet, or your job. Go ahead and tell us about it. Text your photo to 478-752-1309. Don't forget to tell us your name and where you're from. You may find yourself on 13 WMAZ. And a Scary Good Halloween attraction brought something much sweeter than candy to a young girl in Perry. Over the weekend, 13-year-old Josiah Robinson just got a $20,000 surprise. The community that rallied around her gave her something to smile about just in time for the holidays.
I love having the support. While I was here throughout the October and the festivities and all, it was very exciting to see all the people come and donate. And some people just doing donations, not even being here, just doing donations for me. It was very supportive and warmed my heart.
Now, right now, she is battling synovial sarcoma, and the money will go towards her medical expenses. The donation came from Lake Joy Trails of Terror. It's a haunted attraction over in Kathleen. Each year, they partner with Jay's Hope to raise money for a local child battling cancer.
It means the world to us, especially to be able to get back to these young kids throughout the community. That's why we have our Trails of Hope mission and our Haunters with a Heart mission, right? It's designed specifically to help the local community, the young kids, with different illnesses, and it definitely hits home for us.
Also over the weekend, shoppers packed the Georgia National Fairgrounds hunting for handmade gifts and holiday cheer. Mistletoe Market brought together more than 100 local vendors from across Georgia, of course the Southeast as well, all under one roof in Perry inside the Miller Murphy Howard building. Shoppers found items ranging from t-shirts and socks to mugs and cool ornaments.
year after year, we have seen the same customers, repeat buyers, and they honestly just bring us so much joy. Also, just making those last-minute gifts for people for Christmas, that makes me feel good that they're choosing us.
And there's a new project in the works to widen State Route 96 in Houston and Twigg counties. And the Georgia Department of Transportation, of course, wants your input. GDOT plans to widen and reconstruct the highway from just east of Thompson Mill Road to just west of Highway 87. It's a project designed to cut congestion and keep up with future traffic growth. Now, the price tag, more than $130 million, with construction scheduled to start in 2028. There is an in-person public information open house that's set for Tuesday, December 2nd. It's going on from 5 to 7 at Unity Baptist Church in Bon Air. You can, of course, review the updated designs, speak with project team members, and ask all the questions. All materials are also available to you online. GDOT will accept comments and questions through December the 19th. Now, before we let you go, let's go ahead and get a look at all of the events happening throughout the Robbins region. Go ahead and add the Warner Robins Christmas Parade to your calendar. The city's annual holiday tradition is back, and this is video you're seeing from last year's event right here on your screen. It'll return for another year, Saturday, December 2nd. You can also catch me and my co-anchor Connor Hendricks out there giving you all the updates on what's going on. The parade will roll through Davis Drive and Watson Boulevard starting at 10 in the morning. You can also add the Winter Bazaar to your calendar, December the 4th. That's where you can shop with items, or shop for items, that is, from local vendors and grab holiday treats. You can also grab your Christmas goodies from 1 to 8. That's at Perkins Field. Centerville also announced their holiday festivities. Those are happening December the 6th at 7 p.m. They're going to hold the Christmas parade that day. Floats will ride down Houston Lake Road starting at the Galleria Mall. They're going to end at the corner of Houston Lake Boulevard and Thompson Street. That's just past the Lions Club. Also that same day, find the Perry Christmas Parade at 10 in the morning. It goes through downtown Perry. This year's theme, Christmas at the Movies. You can also get ready to hop on board Santa's sleigh because Southern Santa is hosting their second year of the Fire Engine Bar and Restaurant Crawl. For a $25 donation, you can ride the Fire Engine to grab holiday-themed drinks or snacks with Santa himself. Organizers are encouraging everyone to dress in their most festive holiday gear. Best of all, every dollar raised goes towards the nonprofit's Christmas giveaway, helping local families in need this season. Of course, that starts on December the 5th. The night starts at 7 at Rock and Roll Sushi on Highway 96. Plus, you still have a couple days to check out planes and trains at the Museum of Aviation. This is video from past events. The Model Railroad Takeover runs through Sunday, November the 30th in the Centuria Flight Hangar with everything from tiny layouts to giant trains, even a miniature airport the kids will love. Look at these kids, they sure enjoyed it there. Santa's also stopping by on November the 28th. He'll also be there November the 30th. Admission is free. Alrighty, that's a wrap on what's happening throughout the Robbins region this week. If you have a Houston County story you want to share with us, email us at news@13wmaz.com. Make sure you keep coming back each and every week to get all of your Houston County news and the stories that matter to you. Thanks for joining us.